Chan Ki Dulham Bride with Veil Crescent Moon, the Moon's Bride. Once upon a time, in a kingdom where silver rivers flowed under the glow of eternal twilight, there lived a humble maiden named Syra. She was unlike any other in her village, a girl with eyes that held the reflection of the moon and hair that shimmered like the midnight sky. Syra grew up listening to the legend of the Moon Prince, a celestial being of ethereal beauty who lived beyond the reach of mortal souls. It was said that the Moon Prince would one day descend to choose his bride, a maiden whose heart shone as purely as the celestial orb itself. The prophecy of the moon. One evening, an old woman arrived at Syra's doorstep. Her face was lined with age, and her voice was like the whisper of the night wind. "The Moon Prince is searching for his bride," she murmured, tracing a crescent moon on Syra's palm. "He has seen your soul in the water's reflection, child. The moonlight calls to you." Syra dismissed the old woman's words as nothing more than folklore. Yet in her heart, a strange yearning took root. That very night, as she stood by the river, the moon shone brighter than ever, and she felt a pull, an invisible thread binding her fate to the celestial being above. A journey beyond the mortal realm. A few days later, an invitation arrived, written on a silver parchment that shimmered like moonbeams. It was from the Moon Prince himself. Her family, though terrified, could not deny that this was destiny. With a heavy heart, Syra bid them farewell and followed the silver light that guided her toward the unknown. She walked until her feet no longer touched the earth. The world of mortals fell away, and she found herself ascending through a staircase of light. Higher and higher she climbed until she arrived in the moon realm, a kingdom sculpted from silver mist and diamonds of light. The Moon Prince stood before her, his presence more radiant than anything Syra had ever seen. His robe shimmered like molten silver, and his eyes held galaxies within them. "You are the one," he said, his voice like the music of the stars. "You are my chosen bride, the trials of the moon bride." Though honored, Syra knew that she had to prove her worth to truly become the moon's bride. The celestial beings who served the prince placed 3 trials before her. The trial of light. She had to capture a piece of moonlight in her hands without letting it slip away. Syra cupped her palms together and whispered a lullaby she had heard in her childhood. The moonlight danced to her song, settling in her grasp like a soft pearl. The trial of shadows. She was led to a valley where shadows whispered secrets of the past. To pass, she had to face her greatest fear. Syra saw visions of loneliness, of being forgotten by her world. But she embraced the shadows, understanding that darkness was only the other side of light. The trial of love, the hardest trial of all. She was given a choice: to drink a potion that would erase all memory of her past and stay forever, or return to the mortal world, but never see the Moon Prince again. Tears welled in her eyes, for she loved her family and her world. But she also felt the pull of destiny. Instead of drinking the potion, she held it up to the heavens and said, "Love is not about forgetting, but remembering." The heavens trembled, and the Moon Prince took her hands. "You have passed," he said, his eyes filled with admiration. "The eternal wedding." The Moon Kingdom rejoiced as the celestial beings wove a wedding gown from stardust. The night sky bloomed with celestial flowers, and the river of stars sang in celebration. Syra, now the moon's bride, stood beside her prince. They were wed beneath the silver glow, bound by love and light. Yet, as a final gift, the Moon Prince granted her one wish: to visit her world once every full moon. And so even today, if you look upon the full moon, you may see the shimmering outline of Syra, the moon's bride, gazing lovingly at the world she once called home. The end.